And now the same thing applies to the 2-ball. Joshua Filler normally doesn't need more than one invitation to win a rack, let alone 2.
Wow. So the 4-inch pockets kind of rear their teeth a little bit. And now, tell you what, after a little bit of a shaky start on a couple of difficult little safety plays, he can kind of shake that off. And I wouldn't say he's played as well as Filler. Nobody probably has, but it's his first match. Hoping he has really picked up the pace. Okay, funny little situation here. Can he easily get on the 4-9? If he has to track the cue ball for the 4, it may be a little bit of a funny shot. We'll see. All right, he's playing the combo.
Wins the first round.
2 chances went by the wayside for Joshua Filler, who so far in this tournament has been mustard. Not in that rack. First blood is drawn by Ko Pin Yi. So no surprise, he's quickly out of the gates here.
And he's got a decision here. Do I just float this in with a little inside, or do I come around the 9? Oh, he had it a little heavy, so it's going to cost him a little bit of travel on the cue ball. Wanted at least a foot or a foot and a half more. So I don't fear missing the ball here. None of these guys, of course, but now speed on the cue ball so crucial.
Joshua Filler has been a dominating force so far in this tournament. Right now, though, it is a case of a role reversal. The German is the one who's being dominated. He trails 3-0.
Stroke. Ball in hand.
JJ, not recommended.
No.
Start the clock, please.
A bit unlucky. I don't think the cue ball was going to scratch. He got it past the side. I mean, it was kind of leaning that way, but you could tell redirected it just enough. And I was going to say, you know, there's several players, or there were several players in the event. There's still a few left, of course, that it doesn't take but really one opportunity to make up almost any deficit in this race to 7, but this is certainly kind of the guy so far that can make it up quickly. Oh, he's looking at chopping the 3-down table, going back and forth, maybe behind the 8. Now it looks like he was going to come off the top side of the 3. And here you have to come across it thick. So he may double bank the 3, we'll see, to the bottom rail. Oh, he played that first shot I was talking about, and he's lost the rock.
Ball in.
And I'm gotta be honest, I wasn't in love with that play just because if you don't get the snooker, you're putting the 3 near that 5 ball, which is a very makeable shot on some type of kiss or combo.
When he secured his first rack, both Jeremy and I said that he's capable of going on quite some dare. Here he is, 2 balls away from 4 racks in succession.
Extension, please.
And it doesn't have to happen. ever, right? You have to get a little bit of fortune at times to continue to get shots, but he's done it already in a match or two, so it's already feeling it, you might say.
Joshua Fuller wins the rack.
In his interview a little earlier, he was mentioning the fact that he was hugely exasperated when he lost to Shane Van Boening in the semi-finals of this event last year. He lost 7-6. He wants to make amends for that and indeed go all the way.
Again, the key to this shot, a lot of people say he'll hit it easier, but not me. You're not going to blast it, but go ahead and be aggressive. Make sure you make a fairly full stroke here. One of the few ways he could contact the 6 and not make it in the corner. Now Josh has got to watch out. It looks like the
looking rather pessimistic, isn't it, for Ko Pin Yi?
Yeah, I'd like to see him shoot that combo with a little more speed, but that's just it's not like he hit it bad or anything. It's just a tough shot.
Took his extension on the push out, did Josh Fuller, so having to hurry up. But he had enough time to drive another nail into this. Joshua Fuller was 3-0 down to that man Ko Pin Yi, but now 6 of the best from the German puts him on the verge of victory. He's on the hill.
Can come to the second rail if he wants. Came below it. So many options for this talented 24-year-old. And this is the one thing that has gotten him a couple times, is speed control, so he's just got to pay attention. 3 rails around the 9 probably. And speed is perfect there.
Extension, please.
The dejection of defeat by Shane Van Boening in the semi-finals of this tournament last year is about to be forgotten.
Josh
continues to be the boss. Can anyone stop fabulous Fuller? He's arrived in his first ever Whirlpool Masters final in stunning fashion. He has won 21 racks in total and lost only 3. In that match, he won 7 on the trot to dash the hopes, the dreams of Ko Pin Yi.
Nothing major. Oh, he played the safety, so pretty conservative, huh? Thought he could shoot the 2 and get into a piece of the 8. But I'll tell you one thing that Fortunsky has done throughout this event is he stayed very loose with the stroke. Really, maybe one tentative swing that I've noticed the entire tournament. Now, we can honestly say, and I think Loho Sun would say the same thing, that we've seen quite a few more from this young. Oh, nice hit to start.
Oh, my. What a kick shot that is.
Yeah, I don't know if he can get at the pink 4 or not. It's close. Very hard to get the ball to bite in a short manner. I like that right there. An older Fortunsky might have really tried to jam that to get the cue ball a little bit more off the rail. Oh my, he let up on it. I don't understand why he shot it so soft. And I almost kind of felt it coming, not the miss, but the way he shot it.
That's gonna unsettle Fortunski, and it's gonna make Loho Sun.
Loho Sun.
Gonna make him feel real good. I bet he never thought he was gonna steal that rack, but he did. Loho Sun 1, Fortunski 0.
The third game, but I kind of feel like this shot right here may get some separation for Fortunski if he can bury it.
Ooh, that was a nice one.
Yeah, you've been commenting about the lefties all week, and I couldn't agree more.
A little tester. And the cue ball finds the rail. What kind of angle does he have?
Is he catching a piece of the 9? No, he's just one rail by it. Again, don't be tentative. Got a lot of angle on the cue stick here, so can't afford a miss hit on the ball at all. I'll tell you, he looks like a totally different man than he did in his last against Al Youssef.
Yeah, he was under the gun in this rack. He's pulled out 3 or 4 nice shots.
Loho Sun wins the
As he
round.
ties this semi-final at 2-2.
To the cut shot on the 3 is good enough. That's why when you try to get straight in, you can really lose accuracy. And he actually overhit it. Of course, he overcut it as well. That makes a difference. A lot of pool, at least in my opinion, is not about what you want to do. It's more about what's needed.
He simply has to. 7 goes in clean. And that's job done.
Loho Sun wins the round.
4-4. We felt it was going to be a close one.
He can't really, kind of, I think he can hit more of the 1 than we think, but he can't really move the 1 much with the 8 being there, so I kind of feel like he can still shave the 1 and come a couple rails. He's curving the ball. Yeah, and you just have to consider the push out before, that's why the push out's there, so you don't have to take something extremely low percentage. You think he was trying to kind of draw it in the 5-7 maybe?
Well, whatever he was doing, I didn't like it. I think that wouldn't have even entered my head, the swerve shot there. I don't know what he was thinking, to be honest.
Top English bank on this table. Go ahead and put a little stroke on it. Rolling it, very hard to predict how it's going to come off that side rail.
This is a big shot now. Is the bank in? It is in. The 7's okay. It's sat on the 8, but he can see the potting angle. It goes. He's okay. Good shot.
Boy, what a nice fluid stroke that was. The ball really held its line. He deserved this. What an out. He's got to throw this in just a touch. That way he doesn't get a ton of contact on the 8, just a little bit. Right. Remember game 1. you can handle a little more of a cut. I stay off the rail. I would much rather be a little above this 9 with a little cut than over there on the rail with the cue ball. That's just me anyways. That'll do.
Ciężko początku.
Didn't miss this one this time, did he? Fortunski has took another 1-rack lead. It's 5-4 over Low Ho Sum.
You can draw this, you can stun it out. I'm not in love with follow with the ball so close to the pocket. It could kind of hook on you, but a little let up. Just a mild let up. And not so much a let up, but what happens is when you're stretched, you just don't get into the ball quite as good. So you almost have to remind yourself when you're stretched, put a little more into it.
Big test coming up. In his previous match, he missed a lot of balls. That was better though, right in the heart of the pocket. Definitely playing better in this match. Goes without saying.
Low Sum wins the rack.
And of course, Low Ho Sum wins the rack to tie the match up yet again. Drawing back for the side pocket, needs to keep rolling. You don't want to land a little funny on this 8 ball and start leaving a twitchy 9.
I think the angle's just small enough to move across pretty easily.
The 9 ball goes down. Low Ho Sum is on the hill. What a time for your first break and run in this match. But he's using the bridge. Got to make sure you hold that bridge still. And he's done a good job.
Yeah,
a fine job.
He recognized immediately it used his extension, so went down for the crutch.
High ball, powering this cue ball through. Off 2 rails, maybe 1. Yeah, off the 2. Oh, that's the angle he had.
He's gotten way more comfortable, Carl.
Yes, it's going to be a good match. He's brought his game, he's relaxed. Great performance. This 9. It's there. Low Ho Sum. What a match. Trailed most of the match as well. Right at the end, he comes with a 2-pack to beat Fortunski 7 racks to 5.